Hey everyone, today I thought I was going to present to you this mountain survival kit made by BCB International. The BCB company is quite reputable. This one is a relatively recent edition of this kit, supposed to be mountain oriented, whatever that means, and it has a list of the contents on the back, supposed to measure 11 centimeters by 8 centimeters by 3 centimeters and weigh about 260 grams. The kit is presented in this packaging. If I decided to carry this kit, I would keep it in its original plastic packaging for one simple reason. It should allow you to store the contents of the kit inside the packaging while you use the actual tin itself for instance, boiling water. I would actually keep it and transport it in this configuration right here. Okay, so first of all we have survival instructions. So this is not waterproofed paper, which means you could write on it with any kind of pen or pencil. So, BCB survival instructions, the plan, first aid, protection, Morse code. Oh cool, there's a Morse code alphabet in here. Fire, an accident evaluation report, interesting. An initial examination of patient. We have a ruler on the side, which is in inches, and which is in centimeters on the other side. It's a 20 centimeters ruler. Going to the other side, we have an emergency report and a survival plan. I guess if you were to detail your survival plan on this little card here, you might be able to leave it behind or maybe put it in a bottle and cast it into the sea for potential rescuers to know what your intentions are. So it's a good secondary system to signal a moving intent. We have a water section and a food section, movement, interesting, with river crossing and navigation with a clock and the sun. Okay, so these were the BCB survival instructions. Not too shabby, I think, for the weight and the space it takes. I think it's a good addition to the kit. It's supposed to be a 23 piece, which includes a handle, matches, a fishing kit, a compass, razor blades, fireball flint and striker, a wire saw, water carriers, cotton wool, sewing kit, needles, water purifying tablets, snare wire, candle, pencil, safety pins, signal mirror, whistle, emergency form, which I think is this, and adhesive dressing, masking tape, a knife, and survival instructions. Here's the actual tin. It's sealed with electrical tape. Let's unseal that. Okay, so I wonder if one could try and preserve this tape for future use. I don't know if rolling it like that might make it usable, but yeah, it could help. I think this tape could be preserved and used in the future. The lid of the tin doesn't actually lock in place. You can see the contents are a bit too big and do not allow the lid to seal properly. So this is a design flaw, in my opinion. They could have used simply a bigger tin, but oh well. So we have a lid, and we have an actual mirror on the inside of the lid. So a mirror on the inside is a good idea because it, of course, protects the reflective face of the mirror, but it means you wouldn't be able to use the lid to hasten water boiling in the tin, for instance. But it has the merits of being there. So a mirror in the lid. Oh, those are the aforementioned water carriers, so non-lubricated condoms. Very good. Condoms are not only water carriers, but they can be used for a variety of things. You can put meat in them, pun intended, and you can, for instance, protect a finger or an extremity that would have been injured and you would wish to protect from the elements or from dirt or water. So condoms, very multi-functional items. Stormproof matches. I've actually tested the BCB branded matches, and they are very good for the price. And you have an included striker, which is very good. The striker for the matches is actually sealed separately from the matches, which is a very good thing. If you decided to break open the match and had your own striker, you wouldn't have to risk getting this one wet and could keep it in reserve. I like the idea. Plus, if the packaging of the matches is compromised, it wouldn't affect the striker. So I like the idea of packaging both the striker and matches separately from each other. A very small, dirty and unprotected cotton ball. I'm not really sure what you could use this for. Maybe for, I don't know, maybe for fishing as a lure, or as a high visibility human-made, maybe as a signaling to mark a trail or something like that. I wouldn't actually use that to start a fire. This is a flash tinder, it wouldn't work very well, and I think you've got better things in this kit to help with that. So I know what they were thinking with this. Maybe it prevents the contents of the kit from rattling too much. So I guess cotton ball. This is the wire saw. So it's an actual wire saw, not a pocket chainsaw. And those wire saws, even the very good quality ones, which this one seems to be, they are not really usable. They take a lot of energy, and you need to use sticks that you fit through the rings here to give you better purchasing while using the saw. They are not really usable in this state, but I guess it gives you some sort of abrasive wire or just snare wire. Plus you've got two split rings on the end, so not a bad addition for what it is. We have some wire, which seems to be brass, I think. Yeah, it looks like a small length of brass wire. Very good addition, actually. Brass wire is, first of all, conductive, so you could use it. It can be used to make snares, although it wouldn't be my first choice, but it can be used for that. It can be used to make repairs on equipment. So it's a good addition. I think it's a very multifunctional item. Good to have. We have then a small candle, tea light candle. Very good item to have. Can be used for light, can be used for heat, can be used as a fire flame extension, if you will, for starting a fire. And it can be reused because it comes in its little aluminum housing, which means that even if the candle got hot and melted, it wouldn't melt away, it would just stay inside the housing and be preserved for later. So this is the fishing element. We have some fishing line, monofilament, transparent fishing line, I think, on a spool, which is very good. You could use the spool. We have some split weights, and we have some hooks. Very good kit. I like the hooks. They are not too small and they are not too big. I like this little fishing kit, and it comes in its own little Ziploc bag, so it's self-contained. Very good. And the monofilament line and hooks can be used for other things, most notably possibly medical applications. So very good kit. I like that. We have a pencil. Well, I guess it's dry wood, and it would allow you to fill the accident report or survival plan on the card. Maybe you could supplement the pencil with some sort of marking tool that could be used to mark natural surfaces. My first choice would be crayons. Maybe a red crayon to mark a trail. What we have here is the small knife. Okay. And it's a liner lock knife. Not too crummy. At least it's locking. There's no blade play, zero blade play up and down or lateral, so that's very good. The liner lock is perfectly usable. It comes with a small ball chain to attach it maybe to a belt or a necklace, so you wouldn't lose it. So I like this knife, actually like it, and its high visibility handle makes it harder to lose. So I like the knife. The sharpness is subpar, is very bad. The steel quality I wouldn't even mention. Normal printer paper, test for sharpness. Okay, you would have to pre-sharpen this before even thinking about using it, and I would advise you, if you were to buy this kit or something similar, to actually take the knife out of the kit, pre-sharpen it, and put it back inside the kit, so it would actually be usable once the time comes. Let's continue with this ferro rod, very good ferro rod, I think. I think it's a BCB branded ferro rod. Yeah, it is. You can see it on the handle here, BCB. BCB ferro rods are actually pretty good. They are not the best, but they are cheap and they work. This one is high visibility, comes with a retention lanyard for the scraper, and is relatively thick. Does it work? Let's see. Yeah. So it works very well. The scraper works very well too. And the scraper has a point here that could be used for a variety of things. And a small saw blade here. I don't know if it's actually hardened, but it can be used for a variety of things too. So I really like this small fire starter. I think it's one of the best additions to this kit. Plus it's high visibility, which is very important for me. Fire striker, or I should say ferro rod. BCB branded whistle. Works, good tone, I like it. Double channel, very good. A small button compass. Does it actually work? And it actually works. Okay, good. Good. North is indeed that way. So the compass works. Be sure never to use a compass with any magnetic elements beside it. It would completely ruin the reading. What is this? Oh yeah, so this is the handle. This handle is supposed to be used like this. So you can use the tin itself as a water carrier to boil water, to prepare food, to heat maybe some tar or some beeswax, and you could actually use the handle to prevent burning your fingers on the hot tin. So a handle, very good addition I think, doesn't weigh too much and doesn't take any room in the kit, so good addition. Could it be used for something else? Yeah, I guess you could use it maybe to dig a little bit, or maybe to scrape something like this. Maybe. If you straighten it out, you could maybe use it or scrape away, I don't know. But a sturdy, rather thick piece of metal that can be used as a handle, always good to have. Couple razor blades, classic. It gives good purchase for the fingers, I like it. Very good cutting tool, very universal, and very sharp. That would be a good thing when we know that the knife that they give you in this kit is as dull as my intellect. So it's a very good addition, and you get two. So maybe you could save one for surgical or medical purposes to keep it as clean as one could, and maybe use the other one for more mundane and common tasks. I like those. Two razor blades, very good. So we have here an adhesive dressing, large, rectangular, or maybe square shaped. You could supplement it with maybe the tape that we took off the tin at the start and maybe make it hold a bit better. So adhesive dressing, very good. Save of course the wrapping for fire starting. A second adhesive dressing, smaller one. A small sewing kit, comes protected in a small baggie. We have what looks like a single needle, straight needle, and a couple buttons, one safety pin, and 6 different color of thread. So good kit, very minimalistic, but should serve its purpose. I would maybe add a bigger button in there, maybe a couple bigger buttons, because usually buttons that you find on outdoor pants or jackets are of the bigger variety and not those small ones. Those are more for shirts. So maybe a bigger button, but good addition. I like it. More safety pins, very good. Couple sizes, and we have maybe 5 inside. Okay, good. Safety pins, always very useful. And some water purification tablets of the Oasis brand. We have what looks like 10 tablets for 1 liter each. So you are supposed to have 10 liters of potentially purified water. Be careful when you use those. They are very effective, but they require a little bit of know-how. You can just chuck them in a canteen and then drink from it. You have to let them act for at the very least 30 minutes, and you have to flush out the dirty water from the threads of the bottle before drinking. So they require a little bit of know-how and experience, plus their effectiveness varies with temperature and with the clarity of the water. So be careful when using those if you don't know what you're doing, but they are very effective. Plus they can be used to make disinfecting solutions. If you basically reduce the volume of water that you use one of those tablets in, you can make a very effective cleansing solutions for hands, contact lenses, surgical instruments, or eyes. They can be used for a variety of things. I like those. Very good. 10 liters of potentially purified water. And of course, the tin itself, slightly reflective backing, and a much more reflective inside face, which is good. It would be protected from fire or dirt or grime. Plus it makes noise. Maybe you could think of a use for that. Okay, so those were the contents of the kit. A very good kit in my opinion. It's quite comprehensive. A lot of bases covered in a very minimalistic and small and light and relatively cheap package. I like it a lot. I like the candle, wire saw is good, couple condoms. The instructions and paper is actually well thought out, so at least if you speak English and read English, of course. Good quality matches, very good quality fire starter, very good quality water purification tablets to use, of course, with the water container. Some first aid supplies, signal supply, repair kit, sustainment kit, and some general use, very general use items, and this for some reason. So maybe to soak up your tears once you realize you're lost in the woods alone. I don't know. Very good kit. I like it. Thank you for watching. I'll try to be back as fast as possible with another one, and I hope the video was entertaining and informative. Please like, subscribe. See you in the next one, guys. Have fun.